lads, welcome back again, and today I ask you fellas a question. Who doesn't love a great archer volley? In the medieval period, for more than 200 years, ranged units, and especially archers, helped to dominate the battlefield. From the Battle of Crécy to Agincourt and beyond, archers wielding longbows made a stunning impact in warfare, and in this series we'll step back into time, sally forth with an army comprised entirely of ranged units, and seek out glory across the lands of Calradia. Now, we won't just be standing there trading volleys in this series. We'll explore the tactical opportunities these unique units provide for an experienced commander and bannerlord seeking to win hugely outnumbered battles and learning savage new tricks to decimate our foes and send them to an early grave. In war, there are no rules, but in this episode we only have one rule: ranged units only in our army, and let's bring forth all challengers. Alright friends, welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Sean Strickland, your host here. No, I digress. I am not Sean Strickland, although a lot of people say I sound like him. I guess that's a compliment. So we're doing a little rewind here. This is not the actual episode. We're doing essentially a recap of a battle that happened some time ago in our Archer-only series. We were fighting a huge force of Sturgeon in Northern Empire in a village. I had a tactical plan to use these horse pens, and despite some strong tactics and nice valiant fighting by our troops here, ultimately we were surrounded, our reinforcements were put in awful positions, and our Archer-only series met with defeat. Now this battle surprised me. I thought I was going to be able to fight a lot better with this Archer series against a large mixed force, but ultimately that was not the case. Well, through the beautiful use of save scumming, we are going to give this another shot, but not the exact same battle, right? We try to avoid redundancy here on the channel, and so what we're going to do is essentially try to fight these same forces in a different location. Now, not the same forces, of course. That would be too easy, right? This Archer-only series, we are striving for an extremely high bar. As you can see in that battle, we killed 3,500. In this rematch, we are going to try to fight them in a different location, preferably a valley location where I can funnel them. But more importantly, what I tried to do here with these repeated save games is get all 5 of these armies to chase us successfully and end up in the same battle. Now this shows you a little bit behind the curtains of the series. Sometimes we were contriving battles. Contrived battle basically means like, I'm making it happen, so to speak, and you get a little view behind sort of the plumbing of the channel sometimes. I repeatedly kept trying this, and we kept ending up getting 3 or 4 of the armies into battle until this last time. This last time we were able to get all 5 into battle, and I will let the live narration take over from here. Might just have squeezed these in here. Come on.
I think you're lucky.
Alright, finally, we have our battle here. 6,200 Sturgeon and Northern Empire fucks ready for battle today. Well, that took a while, but I think it'll be worth it. Ultimately, we'll be fighting the battle that I've wanted to have some chance of redemption here against this massive force of Northern Empire and Sturgeon forces. There's actually Western Empire here, too. I realize it's 9 panels of lords. So it says I have infantry and cavalry here, but we don't. And this is the easiest way for me to show you that. We'll show you my companion army here. Also, you can see our army. We are all archers. Now, some of the companions have like a sword and a shield, and so it's calling them infantry, but obviously we are all archers here for this series. Our entire army of 900 troops is archers. Now, she is in the army, and that's vital. This is almost like a cheat code. She has 300 plus medicine skill. That means all of her troops have an additional somewhere between 60 and 100 hit points based on all her perks. It's almost like having 1.5 battalion Fian Champs. I've got an injured horse here. Now, I'm going to play on reduced player damage, and this is part of the reason why. I'm using a lower tiered weapon. I'm not going to be just an absolute killing machine in this episode. I'm not going to be killing, well, actually, I have no idea, but I won't be killing 300, 400, 500 troops like I often do, and I need to do this to survive a good portion of this battle. Against 6,200 troops, outnumbered 6-1. Hopefully, you fellas can forgive me here. I've had a lot of support for doing that in gigantic, ridiculous battles. So Zuvan is with reduced player damage. The rest of the army is in normal damage. Now this map, this is perfect. This is almost where the Archer only series started. This battleground here, this battlefield is perfect for archers. This gives us some chance of winning this. What I could do here is effectively pull a kill box off. Kill box is where you surround the enemy, pound them from multiple sides. This guy will lead the first corps, and they will be a shield wall defensive group. The second corps is also another square crossbow division, and the 4th, 5th, and 6th, as is often the case, are our killing divisions. This is what the kill box looks like, right? You square the 1st division, pull the enemy into the maelstrom, and then unleash hell on the center, right? We'll flank them, we'll surround them, and generally cause mayhem and destruction. Now I've got, let's see, Zuvan is leading the 6th Corps with the most amount of troops, and that makes sense because look at this fucking perk list, right? It's the whole fucking screen. That's the kind of guy you want leading your units, right? So he's in charge of 85 in the 6th, and then the 4th, 5th, and 4th and 5th are also archer units, heavy on the offensive side. In other words, no shields. It says I need infantry for some reason. Even though we don't have infantry, we'll just put them there with 0 infantry. And here we go. I'm taking a deep breath. I've been fucking cultivating this battle for quite some time, right? I'm doing the proverbial nice deep zenful breath here, and let's start doing this shit. So the 4th and 2nd on the right corps there, that 2nd corps can act as an additional square. The 1st corps here is very early on going to be on defense, and hopefully they can survive what is going to be an incredible onslaught of cavalry and the enemy vanguard. The enemy vanguard is probably going to be 300 plus infantry. 6th Corps up in that little nook up there. Hopefully those guys can rain down damage on the flank of the enemy. And my job here with the 1st Corps early on is to stall the enemy just a little bit. So I'm hesitantly kind of flying in here. Like I said, I'm going to do plenty of fighting in this battle. Of course, I am on half player damage, but, I'm not just flying in like Conan the Barbarian. We're going to be playing tactics. We're going to be doing some cautiousness. Now I'm squaring the 1st already, and that's because I want this cavalry bound up exactly like it is. All of these lords can't move. They're getting stuck on horses. They're getting stuck on other cavalry, and they're being shot like a thousand different directions. You can see that square there is holding out really well too. I haven't seen a single loss. Holy fucking vanguard. All right, let's pull the 1st back. Let's get the 2nd and 4th spread out on our right flank. We're going to have to get this 5th Corps back, too. We're going to be doing heavy kiting early on here based on the size of that fucking vanguard. Let's get the 1st all the way back. The 6th up on the right flank. I'm going to continue to try to dismount some of these. This is like 200 heavy cavalry. Of course, they're elite cataphract. Now, I won't be fighting on horse this whole battle. I'll be joining my men in the pits here in a moment. But in the early stages here and at points throughout the battle, wow, that's a lot of troops. I will be 273 plus infantry. I will be on foot. Holy shit, you get a really good view from up here. All right, so the 6th is being pulled up this ridge. That's because we want to fire down on the enemy, hit them on top of the head, shoot over their shields. Now we're starting to shoot them in the back. You can see the 1st Corps there is drawing them in. It's amazing they're chasing that 35 groups, but 35 crossbow. Get out of here, this lord bitch. But that's the only unit they have to chase, right? The rest of us have kited, and so the enemy's pouring in. I'm going to keep trying to pull that 1st Corps back, and we're basically sucking the enemy into the vortex here. This is the kill box. What we're going to actually do here is draw the 6th down into the valley after we kill this infantry. Of course, it's all elite infantry. Then we're going to basically trap the enemy. None of these infantry fucks are escaping back to their homeland, right? These guys are all fucking dead. Thank you for killing that guy. The square is just desperately trying to survive here. Now it's time to close in the trap. The 6th is brought down. I don't see enemy archers moving up too aggressively yet, so that gives us a brief moment. I mean, we must snatch that moment here and kill as many of these guys as we can. Look at this guy with the flag. Have a little dental work. We'll rearrange some of your cavities there, buddy. And the 6th Corps is right behind me. I don't even have to look. We're going to attack and hold fire as soon as the enemy's... Well, the enemy vanguard is really fixated on the square, and that's great, right? The longer they do that, that means less damage for the rest of our units. I'm literally just dragging them around in a big circle. And I have the 6th Division. We are going to attack and annihilate this trapped infantry. They're being shot in all directions. They're being weakened and softened. Now it's time to clean up this fucking mess. Destroy them, boys. In we go. These guys are told to charge. Of course, they're still getting shot. The 1st Division is over there in the square still. I'm just going to leave them there for now. I don't have time to adjust them. And that infantry vanguard just got fucking vaporized. All right, next phase. Let's see. Let's move that square back up. Those guys still have ammo. Let's get the 6th reset. The 2nd division can also be formed into a square. I got to watch for another cavalry onslaught. Right now, though, it looks like the enemy archers are all we have to deal with. So let's back up. The enemy attacked us. They must come to us. We're going to use this great defensive position, and I'm going to do this a little bit more in this battle. I'm going to hold fire when there's no clear threat. Let's back these guys up. We don't need to be taking any arrows. No, the other way. Whoops, I should be pulling back here. There we go. Let's get the 2nd and 4th up on the hill there. You know what they have? They have horse archers up there. Let's square the 2nd. I'm going to work on them a little bit here, but I'm holding fire. Basically, I'm trying to get the enemy to pull in a little bit closer, and then we're going to attack them and open fire all at the same time. This is one of those situations where you're in a boxing ring just basically trying to hold off the enemy's assault, and you in your head know that you're about to provide the counterattack, right? We're being patient. We're just trying to absorb the enemy's blows here, suck them in. I can do some work on these horse archers while I've got a horse here. We can pound some of these guys, and as soon as they engage our square, their archers are coming up, we're going to unleash hell. I've got about 170 archers still with ammo. The square's pulled back. All right, boys, unleash hell. I'm going to get off here because it's actually easier for me to destroy all these horse archers from foot. Just club all their horses. They're getting held up and stuck and shot to pieces by our archers now that have a lot of ammo left because we held fire there. Now we're counterpunching, right? And the enemy does not like this onslaught. They're getting butchered. Their horses are getting obliterated. Their troops are falling down this hill. We've got 2 sturdy squares left. That's amazing. All right, let's keep pulling them back. We don't need to waste this resource. The 1st can actually be put on the other side. They can be that far side flank. The 6th is pulled way back because at this stage, a lot of those guys are out of ammo. We will be using them to charge and flank. I'm hitting these guys in the waist every time they hold their shield too high. Let's keep pulling this square back. We don't need to leave these guys static as long as the enemy hasn't reached them, right? You want to keep the enemy moving in. We're doing tons of damage to the enemy as they move in. The 1st corps is put on the enemy flank. We mow down this Zoros Lord guy. And now it's time to sweep in again with this 6th corps. Again, this is my unit. This is my best unit. Some of our best units, companions, shock troops, and battalion Fian Champs. And we're going to try to envelop this next vanguard. It's just vanguard after fucking vanguard after vanguard. Come on, boys. Let's drag here on the enemy's flank. I've got the 1st division actually behind the enemy, so they're already sort of behind the enemy. The enemy is fixating more on our 6th division this time. That's fine. We're happy to go toe-to-toe at this stage. The enemy's greatly weakened. In we go. Some unit went flying. I don't know what happened there, but it was hilarious looking. Now we're just trying to survive this another vanguard. The 6th corps is boring in. The 5th corps is shooting the enemy on the flank. That 1st division is still up on the mountaintop. They're shooting. Oh, stay down, dude. We're crushing battalion Fian Champs here. The enemy's holding a strong shield wall, but they're just going to get eaten up like a fucking piranha. Like thousands of piranha. Our archers are just fucking bellowing. This is fucking working so far so good, right? We got to do a little sniping here of their archers. A little bit of skirmishing at range here. The 1st corps is boring in on them, though, so it's gathering a lot of attention. Catch another one, dude. All right, taking a deep breath because that wave is destroyed. Now what do we got here? I've got a cav charge. Let's back up. Let's get the 6th reset, the 4th, 5th pulled back. Get back, boys. Fuck, there's tons of heavy cav charging. Now we just got to hold on. Hold on tight, boys. In a square. We're basically going to try to form a defensive knot here. Fucking guys are getting killed. Back up, boys. We're just putting a square here to attract attention and hopefully survive this onslaught. I'm ducked behind my men here. Now we attack. The 6th is told to attack. This square is told to attack. These guys are all held up. Cavalry that's not moving is fucking dead. That's literally in the Webster's dictionary. It says static cavalry is dead. And we teach these horse boys a lesson for fucking charging our square. God, we still have 2 squares left. This is incredible. All right, let's back to 4th and 6th up. Let's start getting some distance on us. I'm awaiting reinforcements. I'm a little desperate at this stage for reinforcements. We are running low on ammo. Of course, the enemy's never ending. In this battle, I should have said that earlier. Fucking strap yourself in. This could easily be a half-hour battle. And so far, so good. Let's keep kiting. We can use these ridges. There's a little peekaboo ridge opportunity deeper in here. Get off your camel. And I need reinforcements at this stage, but this is all we have. We've got to fight out with what we got. Fortunately, that saving ammo earlier means a lot of our units still have arrows. Maybe not a lot, but they have some. Clubbing these fucking insolent horse boys to the ground. What do we got here? We're gaining levels. Let's pull right around to the edge of this ridge here. God, the 6th still has like 50, 60, 75 guys in it. They've just done nothing but killing and avoided heavy blows. So I've got 2 squares, still 3 tacking divisions. The squares are just saving the day here. The enemy cav is absorbed by the squares. Now they're coming towards the 6th. I got to avoid a spear in the back here. What do we got here? This is lots of archers. Fuck. All right. We can move our squares up, and we're going to have to start charging. We're going to... I have no choice here but to charge these archers. This is like 150 archers. We've got to do some jousting here. The death is starting to pour in. Oh, shit. Perfect. Fucking reinforcements literally just appeared on the enemy. Charge. Charge and shield wall. Let's immediately just zerg these guys. Let's get everybody up here. I'm jumping over horses and shooting. I'm waiting in here. Fuck you guys. Out of my way. Get up. Feels like that scene in an Equalizer. Get up. I didn't tell you I was not going to fight at all. I can hear the purists saying you should never play at half damage. Well, you show me a battle against 6,200 on normal. If you can survive it, you're a better player than I've ever seen. More archers. This is not optimal. We do have some crossbow in that division that can hold up a shield and charge, but I'm going to have to get these guys divided. Most of those guys have shields, so those guys can charge. Let's drag the 6th. I think we can get a flanking maneuver on the enemy here. The 6th is almost depleted, almost no ammo left. But with this crossbow division, god damn, I got the whole fucking enemy army chasing me here. With this 6th division, if we can hold a square there, we can get our 6th on the flank here, and maybe we can envelop this enemy force. It's mostly archers, and they're aggroed because we're in their face attacking them. I mean, they do have a lot of infantry too. Let's move the square away from us. Let's pull the 6th to the enemy's left. And let's flank these fuckers. Come on, 6th, move. They're firing javelins at us, motherfuckers. Get over here and charge, boys. Hold fire. Everybody wade in. Let's push that square up the hill. That way those guys have their backs turned to us. Fuck. This stubborn infantry, man. This fucking Imperial infantry is so stubborn. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to draw attention here. I'm going to wade into these troops and just try to aggro as many troops as I can. All right, those guys are up on the hill. I think I just saw reinforcements coming. This guy's just pinking me from behind. Fuck you. Kill you all myself if I have to. Let's keep wading in here. I think we got more reinforcements. Archer on archer, we're happy to charge. Oh shit, I see it. There's a big group of reinforcements on the other side of the valley there. I can't afford right now to command them. They just got to stay on attack. At least they're shooting some. I'm aggroing their whole fucking archer army. Their whole archer division is chasing me. Look at this guy, he's all twerked out. Get off me, you motherfuckers. I mean, it's what I want, but these guys are so annoying. Fortunately, they're doing 1, 2 damage. Let's get these guys up on the wall. Let's split one division of these guys into a square/attacking division and have them charge the enemy. The rest need to be shooting, though. Ugh. God, I survived that maelstrom. The other square is still fine, and it's unattacked. Let's spread those guys out. Let's get them to shoot. What do we got here? The crossbow are in the back. All right, let's move the other division up then as a shield wall. Those guys are separating. Let's get the other archers. They were in a square, but it's more archers. I can't see what's going on here. It just looks like a fucking pastel rainbow of enemies coming our way. All right, so one square towards them, archers towards the back. Those guys actually have a good position. These guys, let's get them a little bit higher. We got some enfilade fire on the enemy now. We've got a lot of crossbow in this reinforcement wave. And I just looked down. Of course, I have just over half health. So I would still be up with normal player damage at this stage, but barely. Trying to figure out what we got here. The 7th. Need some ammo bad. I got 24 arrows here. I can do a little bit of skirmishing. Man, it's just been a breathless battle so far. That's how the first battle was. I've got this shield wall. No, not a skein. In a square. Yeah, these crossbow are raking. We've got really good crossfire on the enemy. I'm going to have to wade in here more in melee, but this is a good position. The square is being swarmed. What I'm going to be able to do with the square is attack the end and the back of it. I'm down to 11 arrows. Let's keep moving that square around. Anytime that the enemy's chasing it, that means it's doing less damage to that square. That's something you always want to try to do if you can, is move the square, right? And move it in a way so that it's productive for you. Let's charge with the 6th. That's incredible. The 6th is still alive. Let's pound these guys. These guys are all looking at the square. All right, the shield wall's holding here. The 6th is boring in. Let's go, boys. It's tons of cavalry again. Motherfucker. Of course, we have no cavalry. These guys are just fucking glued to me. Fuck off. This square's holding. I basically have 2 squares and 2 attacking divisions, and then the 6th Corps is like an auxiliary unit. I keep pulling them back because that's my best units. As long as they can survive, they're going to do massive damage in this battle. Give me a horse. Here, boy. Let's pull back further. That's the 4th. What do we got here? I've got 2 squares and 2 attacking divisions still. It's a huge amount of, I think it's a huge amount of infantry coming up, and they're getting raked from the side by all these crossbow. These guys are not very readily visible to archers, so they can't be shot too bad. Got a square out front still. That 66 guys in the 4th Corps still has like half their ammo, so those guys can continue to rake. I like keeping the 6th back as a reserve unit. It's basically a charge of last reserve. Those guys look like they're good. The square is moving. We can get some more enfilade fire. I've got 6 precious arrows left. We got to make most of these count. Of course, some of these archers may drop arrows too. If I can reload, that's going to help. Get out of here with your javelins. Take an arrow right in the face. We might have to charge here. I got the 6th moving up. What is that? That's a huge amount of cavalry charging those guys. Fuck. Let's put 1 unit in a shield wall. Draw the 6th again to the enemy's left. And we're going to try to swallow them up one more time. Let's see if these guys got one more death ride in them. Hold arrows, charge. The shield wall charges. Most of these archers can't shoot because there's a guy right in front of them. A big fucking smelly armpit right in their face. And that's the last thing they see before they eat dirt. Oh shit, again, a perfect reinforcement wave. All these guys charge. Hold fire. That way, every single one of these guys, the enemy's trapped. The enemy just got absolutely surrounded by our reinforcements. Oh shit, I just trapped myself. I like waded right in here. Fortunately, these are weaker archers. The cavalry's getting obliterated. The enemy's totally sandwiched in there. All of those units are going to get killed by those reinforcements. All right, more enemy waves are coming. It just looks like giant phalanxes of enemy forces pouring over the ridge. Every time I think the enemy might be routing or the battle's over, there's another giant phalanx. Get up.
Get up.
All right. We got here. Let's divide some divisions to 7th. Let's turn this into the 5th. I've got so much adrenaline I can't control my mouse very steadily. You guys probably notice I'm fucking fumbling on my commands. This is just an exhibition, but man, do I want to win. All right, a shield wall towards the front. Let's get these archers spread on both sides. These guys here can open fire. I scrounge for some few arrows here. I've been out of ammo for a little while. These archers are up there. I think these guys are actually better off in a square. What division is that? That's the 4th here. We can get some flanking fire with this archer division. They're getting shot while they move, but once they're positioned there, they're going to be shooting in the back of all this infantry. Time to wade in one more time. It's always one more time. Get some. I got half their archers chasing me again. Just cleaving a path. The hammer doesn't do as much damage as my axe, but it's way more fun to wield. I mean, my axe, I would be killing guys at a much more quick rate. It's so much more damage. It cleaves shields. All right, another fucking reinforcement wave. Right on that far branch there. We're going to have to divide this. They're going to eat our liver. I don't think so. Not today, motherfucker. It's another huge cav press. It's just time for every unit to square. We just got to survive this huge cav press. Once they're congested on you and they can't move, that's when you attack, right? You want them basically congested. Nobody can move. The last thing you want to be is spread. Now you charge. Just pounding camels left and right. How do you survive that shit? The enemy's all bound up on our square. Hold fire. Everybody charges. Once the enemy's like congested on you, then you just fucking go crazy on them. Pounding these horsemen from behind. All I see is horses getting obliterated and guys fucking getting knocked off their horses. 106 cavalry still. All right, well, we're going to put a couple static squares here, but I got to keep kiting back with these archers here. You've seen how effective it is to be kiting like this and have our reinforcements pop out either right in the middle of the enemy or right behind them. One division is a square. I've got a large division over here shooting, firing arrows en masse. Let's get that 5th division up on that wall again. I still got almost half my health. I need arrows badly. I'm just basically a fucking hammer boy at this stage. Well, what I can do is I can help that square though. Right at the back of it, as the enemy vanguard comes up, as cavalry come up, right, I can just club them to death. There's another huge press of enemies. Let's put it right the fuck in the middle of the enemy forces. That way all these archers can rake the side of the enemy. Trying to get our archers free here. They're throwing thousands of fucking javelins at us. Alright, they got archers there. Again, I'm going to weave right through here, try to cut a path, but I'm also trying to gather attention, right? I want these archers aggroed. I want them chasing me. I'm not really trying to stay. I'm not fighting it out. I'm just trying to get a fucking horde of 15 guys chasing me. That's 15 guys that are not shooting and killing our troops. Just keep on moving. Just keep on moving. All these archers are shooting them the whole time. Why aren't you guys fucking shooting? I guess they're out of ammo. We'll charge. Alright, so the square's holding out here. Now I really got to watch my health. Let's move this square left and right. That way these guys get fucking raked from the side. Let's get this 5th, or the 1st higher up there. It's so hard to narrate in a battle like this. I'm doing the best I can, fellas. These guys are low or out of ammo. It says they got half, but a lot of guys are just standing there holding their shield. They're on fire, too. Look at this guy here. It's fucking naked. You might want to wear armor next time you're in a battle. Holy shit, there's another huge Zerg coming. All right, let's square these boys right here. Let's try shield wall, actually. Let's get the 1st there. Let's get the 4th. The 5th is back there. Let's get the 5th back there. This one unit can charge. That's the 6th Corps. All right, let's just hold this shield wall right here, thick in the middle of the battlefield. It's kind of like a square. I just want all our shields facing the javelins. Try to distract some more of these archers or infantry from attacking our archers. We've wade through here one more time. Jawal recruits getting butchered. Look at our shield walls just absorbed like 600 enemy forces. The whole fucking army is chasing me too. And now they're getting raked by arrows. I'm just going to sit here at the back of the square and just pound these guys. You can hear them dying en masse. They are being scorched. You can actually see the arrows whistling over my head here, just fucking raking the enemy. The enemy's getting vaporized here, attacking the square. Just see them grabbing their neck and shit. Holy shit, that was an extermination. Is that it? The enemy might have fucking routed off the battlefield. It just got really quiet. It was a furor of noise there, and now it's quiet. Let's pick up some of this ammo. Let's get these other archer units down here to pick up some of this ammo. We're just standing here surrounded by fucking corpses everywhere. That might be it. Get these units spread out. No, the enemy's still coming in. All right, let's back up. Let's do a little bit more kiting here. God, I just looked up at the power bar. It says they have twice as many troops as us. God. Wow, this is outnumbered 6-1. I mean, I wanted this. What a bitch, right? I can't complain. I actually created this battle, right? This is a battle where easily I could have fought 2 or 3 of these armies at once. In your campaign, you would never do this. I'm strictly doing this for the exhibition, for the challenge, to see what this all-archer army can tackle, right? We're fighting 6,200 by choice. All right, so here's what we can do. 4th in a big long line at the back. I've got 2 different squares here. I've got 1 attacking division. The 1st Corps has a bunch of ammo left. I want those guys expending that ammo first. That way, when those guys run out of ammo, they can be used offensively. I still got a decent amount of health, but obviously I've got to start playing a little bit more careful now. We're doing major damage to the enemy as they run up here. I scavenged a few arrows so I can add my bow to the mix. Targeting fucking skirmishers when you can. This fucking guy here throwing javelins. Fuck you. How did I miss? Let's see. This is, what division is this? No, I don't want to move everybody. Stand still. What division is this? 6th, 4th. It's got to be one of these. 4th. What division is this? There we go. The 1st. Get back, boys. We're going to kite until we have to fight, and then all of these guys are going to charge at once. That division into a square here. Now let's charge with the 3rd, 5th, and 7th. I'm going to try to get to the enemy flank. Ain't going to be easy. There's a huge line of shields here. I'm just going to have to run past all these guys. It's at least attracting or drawing their attention. Let's wade into their archers. Fuck, that's a lot. Okay, you guys face the other way. That's right. You keep on looking the other way, motherfuckers. There's going to be a hurricane of hammer fucking hitting you in the back. No shooting. Die, you bastard! This guy's hiding behind a horse. He gets crushed. The enemy has archers moving up on us. Fuck. I don't know if I have any shield walls close to attack these boys. What do we got here? Oh, there we do. Right there. Moving to a shield wall. Let's get this 1st division pulled to the side. Let's get some flanking fire on them. Let's move these guys up. Everybody's needed for this press. There's just a huge fucking press of troops. Do a little bit more dividing here. I know it kind of breaks the immersion. Can't help that, boys. I'm desperate to win this battle now. Alright, pushing the square in on them. We've still got almost half these units attacking and shooting while this square is drawing attention. And that's like 80 guys in that square. That square is going to be like unbreakable. Meanwhile, I'm just going to club anything that gets close to the back here. Just kind of bobbing and weaving. I'm out of range of their archers, so I'm basically impervious here. Trucking guys left and right. Once they're on the ground, they're fucking dead men. No archers shooting, motherfucker. I actually worry more about these lower units, lower level infantry. Lower tier infantry is actually more dangerous in some ways because they swing a very fast small weapon, and so they constantly get little hits in, right? 1 damage, 2 damage. The Manavliatons are pretty easy to deal with as long as you have the right range and some athleticism. These little fucks here are actually a bigger problem. Let's charge. We've got enough guys here to fucking charge. Shield wall. Our turn to get aggressive. Let's counterattack these bitches. Get on your back. And just like that, that wave is gone too. Man. Alright, let's keep gathering ammo here. The endless fucking battle continues. Do some air squats with me, boys. We need these arrows. Who knows how many more enemies there are, right? Another 10,000 or something like that. Maybe we can hold this ridge this time. I can push squares up towards that ridge, and we can get archers set up very similarly to how we set them up before the battle began, right? The same idea, this same valley. Believe it or not, we're still in almost the exact same spot as the start of this battle. All the kiting, the back and forth. We've basically reset our units to where we were at the beginning. Here comes another fucking huge wave, of course. I'm a little late to getting units into position. I've got that square drawing some attention, though. The enemy really is never ending here. This is what it feels like to fight 6,000. Well, I'm going to have to use the square here for cover. I can shoot like right at the edges of it and just kind of bob back and forth. Some of their troops are running. I see troops going in the wrong direction. Let's pull this square back. Let's continue to fucking cover these guys on the square. I'm out of ammo, so it's back to clubbing bitches. I'm going to stay under cover here. Now I'm down to a sliver. Let's kite with these guys. If I need to, we can do an all charge. The enemy's spreading out here to deal with our different threats. I swear I saw enemy troops routing. I guess they're just reforming. I need this enemy to rout. We are down to fucking, alright, probably our last 200 troops. This is it. Of course, they're all fucking shield walling the shit out of it. Those guys are getting killed up there. I hope that's their units yelling help. Oh, shit. That is so beautiful. I thought we were down to our last bit of archers. We have one last tranche of reinforcements. Let's position these guys up. Let's spread this square out. And once those guys get into position, they are going to absolutely lay waste to this battlefield. Let's move the square forward. I want them gathering as much attention as possible. All those guys are getting a medal. The enemy's trying to hold shield walls here to regroup. Look at how many that is. Let's pull the square back right into this maw of death. 146 archers. Let's break it. Let's put some enfilade fire. Right? Anytime you have that many, let's put some on the other wall here. I'm ducking for my life now. I'm down to a fucking fraction. It's another huge Zerg chasing the square. The square is getting beaten down. They've got another huge tranche of archers there, but these guys are running right into the maw of death. Instantly, they're getting reinforcements. Any units that are out of ammo can be told to charge. Those guys could charge. They look like they're just standing there. There's a huge enemy fucking infantry group chasing our squares around, but I'm liking what I'm seeing now. The enemy's in the maelstrom. This almost looks like the beginning of the battle, where the enemy's basically between our different forces getting raked. 2 squares. We've been able to essentially just remake the army, right? Renovatio. We've been able to remake our entire army here. This is the Renaissance, violence style. Those are routing troops. This battle's over. I just looked up at the power bar. Unless they reforming on this ridge here, we'll prepare for it, but I think this fucking battle's over. 6,000 fucking troops. Bring more next time. And what a wave. I get like a big wave of relief here. I was really concerned that I was going to have basically back-to-back losses. You can't say ignominious. These are not ignominious losses here. But I really felt like we had a good shot to win here, and at times during that battle, it did not look like victory was likely. But it is. The enemy's off. They're out of here. Up and away they go. Man. Wow, where is that episode? I think it's episode 13 or 14. I don't actually remember which number. That village battle where we got our asses kicked. We're able to take our revenge here, to earn our redemption, and destroy this massive force of troops. 636 knocked down. Griff died. That doesn't really matter. This series is going to be, I think, wrapped up. This is like the perfect episode to wrap up this series. We get redemption. All of our troops fucking celebrate. I can feel like a success ended the series. And in the most perfect way, right? This redeeming battle against this huge force. In fact, we fought more the second time. And obviously, the reinforcements landing in the right spot. What is this? There's like one peasant in there. I don't know why he's in there. But this all-archer series has been an incredibly fun journey, and of course it shows the incredible power of all archers, right? I mean, this is staggering. Of course, I killed 300 something. I can hear the purists saying, yeah, but you won. You won. I always figure that's what their voice sounds like. Yeah, but you won because you got 319 kills from Zuvan. I don't think that's the reason we won this battle, right? We still have 239 troops. I think tactics, line of sight, kite to kill box, obviously taking advantages of the weakness of our enemies, right? We know what they're planning on doing. I've fought on this battlefield before. Holy shit, I'm going to get Carpal Tunnel just fucking taken. Well, I'm not taking him prisoner. I released all lords, but that was an incredible amount of lords from this battle. 9 fucking panels of lords. And Zuvan with his 3% rides off into the sunset here. See if there's any loot for you loot mongers. Not a single piece of interesting loot. I can never seem to get like a noble, like a masterwork noble bow or whatever. Nevertheless, this is the perfect way to end this series. It's not to say that I won't do episodes in the future. If you guys want to see a very specific archer-only battle, I'm certainly fine just adding that, just like the Constitution, right? We'll just make an amendment and add it to the series. But for now, this seems like the perfect way to have this series come to an end. This huge redeeming battle. Yeah, look, Zuvan didn't matter. We had 305 troops left, incredibly. And most of the troops are on Zuvan's because his are the weakest, right? I don't have the high medicine skill that some of my companions do. So obviously their troops came first, and what is called the unit prioritization, high level unit prioritization. So we were left with our weakest troops there. Admittedly, though, in this series, right, there's no weak troops, right? Our lowest troops is like tier 3, tier 4. We really had a nasty army here, but you don't win this battle without tactics, right? That battle was basically a tactical demonstration on about as high as levels I can perform. You see the whole map here. We're basically surrounded, and I did this intentionally, right, to get the enemy to attack us from all these different directions, and it worked, right? 5 different huge armies, all of them larger than our own, right? We had 900, they all had 1,000 plus, and ultimately we all shake hands, or whatever you do. You put your mace and shield over the mantelpiece, you strap your bow to the top of some kind of throne or whatever you do in a kingdom like this, and you call it a day. So with all that said, if you want to, like I said before many times in this channel, in this episode, if you want to see more tactics, this is the place to do it. We are tactical enlightenment, right? That's what we do here. That's what I specialize in. Of course, you want to make comments or requests, feel free. Please hit that like button. That's the only thing I ask from you fellas. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys next time.